Welcome, I am Mail of Drac, and this is my domain. We are reading Chapter 3 of Prisoner of Insanity by Death is Inevitable. The chapter is titled The Cupcake Killer. Now let us begin. Thump! Everyone glanced to see your teacher had fallen on the floor, foaming at the mouth. Panic broke throughout the room, and one guy rushed over to feel his pulse. He's dead. There was a long silence after that, and after thinking for a while, everyone turned to look at Oliver, the horror clear on their faces. You noticed, looking at him, that a pink ring had appeared in his iris. Strange. Everyone was staring at Oliver, terrified. What had their stupid teacher done? He practically sentenced them all to death by letting him in and passing out the cupcakes. What a fat idiot. No disrespect, he was a pretty good teacher. He was just an idiot. A fat idiot. You, unlike everyone else, stayed calm and rested your head in your hands sleepily. So Oliver was the murderer after all. Cool. You just kind of hoped he wouldn't kill you. A couple kids scrambled to the door and wrenched it open, sprinting out, while Oliver simply laughed as they fell to the floor, dead. The poison was working marvelously, but as for them, he looked at you and the stupid girl next to him. I like you, she said, winking and clutching at his arm, in a desperate attempt to survive. Yes, she had a reputation to attract older men, but this wouldn't work. I'm sorry, dearie. I'm afraid I just don't feel the same way, he replied, plunging a knife into her stomach. She slumped forward, but he pushed her away. A small laugh escaped you, and he turned to look at you. Shit, this was not a movie, this was real life. He could actually kill you. And while you usually enjoyed watching stupid girls getting murdered in movies, this was different. 'Cause you could become one of those girls. Besides, the stupid part, because you are simply fabulous. Not Sharpay fabulous, but more like llama fabulous. You pushed the strange thoughts away and stared at Oliver like a deer in the headlights. Like an overused simile. How dare you be like an overused simile? You noticed something. A second pink ring had appeared in his iris. How weird. He stared back at you a while before grinning. You're interesting, Please tell to stop being like Daedara. He couldn't really reply because you were staring at a super cute guy that had just murdered everyone in your class. Wow, you really need help, don't you? Yeah, you replied to yourself. Okay, that's enough. Oliver laughed and knocked you to the ground before pinning you down and shoving a pill in your mouth. Oh God, don't swallow it. Do not swallow it. You're going to die. You panicked, and guess what? You swallowed it. That is the end of the chapter. We are moving on to Chapter 4. Chained in a Murderer's Basement. Lovely. Just lovely. That's how you felt as you blinked awake, your head throbbing like crazy. Man, did it hurt. Everything around you seemed hazy. You had to blink several times just to focus up. One thing was for sure, though. It was dark. Very dark. You could only make out a few feet in front of you. And a few feet in front of you, on the ground, was a hand. A freaking bloody severed hand. Bile rose to your throat and you struggled to keep it in. Okay, things were really screwed up. Your life was screwed. Oh my gosh, you were going to die, weren't you? Smelling the air, you spluttered and coughed. It reeked. Like you would not believe. You tried to stand up, but something held you back, jerking you. You tried to move your hands. Oh, hey, your wrists hurt. Amazing that you hadn't noticed that. Shit, that stupid sarcasm has to stop. But it doesn't. You sighed and slid to the floor, your hands held up above you. Stupid, cute murderer. Suddenly, the door opened, flooding the space with light. You blinked a few times to rid of the after images, and saw that Oliver had entered, grinning wildly and staring right at you. Your eyes darted around the room, and once again the bile rose. There were countless dead bodies. Well, not exactly. They weren't exactly whole. Parts and bits, sometimes whole chunks were missing, and then there were just some parts lying around, like you had just noticed the eyeball lying at your feet. You took in a deep breath to calm yourself, and since you weren't exactly paying attention to Oliver, he scared the crap out of you when he shoved his face into yours. "Hello, Puppet," he announced cheerily. "How are you?" Strange. The atmosphere he gave off was completely different from before. Completely different. His eyes now had 3 pink rings. Huh. But you didn't have time to wonder about that, as you were facing a murderer. You were surprised you made it this far without dying, which made you wonder why you did. Well, Oliver didn't like it when you got absorbed in your thoughts, because he frowned. "How are you?" he repeated. You stared. Should you even answer? It'd be best to. With a shaky breath and gathering your courage, you sighed. "Oh, sure, just great. Oliver looked really confused with the sarcasm, as he was not accustomed to having it used with him. Really? You gave him the look. I see. The man trailed off, then brightened up. Well, are you excited? For what? The man gave you a mysterious smile and raised a finger to his lips. You'll see. That is all we have time for today. Well, I have time for. I have other things I need to do. This story is exciting, isn't it? It is found on Quotev, and it is by Death is Inevitable. It is just... it's awesome. I can't stress how much I love this story. Go watch it out for yourself. There are links in the description, as well as links to Death is Inevitable's profile. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Have fun!